Hello and welcome to another BookTube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. How are you all? Happy Sunday. I hope you're all having a lovely day. Today I'm going to be talking about, once I've itched the inside of my ear, today I'm going to be talking about the books that I'm currently reading. I've currently got 6 books on the go. Now this isn't something I planned. I don't often have 6 books on the go. I ordinarily have 3 books on the go. I normally have a fiction book that I'm reading. I normally have an audio book, which is either fiction or non-fiction, and I normally have a non-fiction book on the go. However, I've got 3 non-fiction books on the go at the moment, a poetry collection, a book, and an audio book. I will talk quickly, and I mean very quickly, because I like to film these videos, the currently reading and my at the moment videos, when I have different things, when I'm reading different things. I don't like much repetition because yawn, it's boring. But the two of the 6 that I'm going to talk about are books that I have been, that I did mention in my at the moment video. So the first one is an audiobook, and it is The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman, the Belle, Sauvage. Very, very much enjoying this, and I will not say much more apart from the fact that I'm very, very, very much enjoying this, because I mentioned this all in my August at the moment video, which I will link down below. The other book that I mentioned in that video is The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is another book that I've been reading quite a long time. It's a big old chunky. I'm getting there. I'm almost there. This will definitely be finished. When shall I give myself? I would hope this will be finished by Tuesday. By the end of Tuesday, I reckon that'll be finished. So those are the 2 books that I've already mentioned. The next 4 are books that I have not mentioned, and I did not plan to have this many books on the go. The first one is one I've just picked up from the library literally just now, about 2 hours ago. This is a poetry collection called The World's Wife by Carol Ann Duffy. I got this recommendation from a video of Jean's. I will link that down below. She was talking about it and I was like, bloody hell, I would enjoy that very much. Carol Ann Duffy, the only poetry of hers I've read have been the little tiny Christmas poetry books that I often talk about. They're published by Picador, and I've been, the last 3 years, I've bought one a year for myself, because I just really, really like them, and the poetry's lovely, and they are lovely little, they're really good for gifts and stuff, but they've got really nice little illustrations. One of them is like one of my favourite books of all time, so very much enjoyed this. So very much enjoyed them. So I thought, when I heard Jean talking about this, I was like, bloody hell, that sounds great. So I've just picked it up from the library, and then walked to my mum and dad's afterwards, and I said to my dad, shall I read you a poem? He went, on his phone, yeah, if you want. So I read aloud to him Little Red Cap, which is a poem about Little Red Riding Hood. So these are all poems told from women in history. So it says here on the back that it's talking about from Mrs. Midas to Queen Kong, from Elvis's twin sister to Pygmalion's bride. They're all in here in The World's Wife. And so far, I mean, I like her poetry anyway. I'm really not very good at poetry. I didn't even study poetry at school. We either got to study a play or poetry. We didn't get to pick. And I was in the group that studied a play, so I didn't even really get to study poetry at school. But so far I've heard a poem from the point of view of Queen Herod, and also, as I said, Little Red Riding Hood, and then Thetis, or Tetis, this one. I didn't recognise, there wasn't anything in there I could pull out, so I wonder if that's maybe something to do with Greek mythology or something. That's not something I'm au fait with. But yeah, really enjoying these so far. So yeah, I just read one, and then when I read it, I really enjoyed it, so I thought, oh, I'm going to read a bit more. So I've just had a cup of tea and read another one of those. So that's the story. That's a poetry collection. Now the next 3 are all non-fiction. The first one is Eating by Nigella Lawson. I have a selection of books on a shelf. I say shelf, it's the windowsill in the bathroom, that are all under 150 pages. That's where I keep them. And then if I'm on the loo, or gonna get in the bath, or things like that. I like having books in bathrooms, and I just thought that it would be a really cool place to keep like my books that are under 150 pages. So this sits in there, and I was about to get in the bath the other day, didn't have anything with me, all ready to get in the bath, thought, I'm going to pick one of these up. So I've got quite a few of these vintage minis, and this one is Eating by Nigella Lawson. So from what I understand, this is there's 2 excerpts from 2 of her books, which are How to Eat and Kitchen. What I didn't know about Nigella Lawson is that she used to be a restaurant critic before she became and she never classes herself as a chef. She always classes herself as a cook. But yeah, I mean, her writing's lovely anyway, and very sensual, as you can imagine. Nigella being very sensual. But yeah, she talks about different things. I've just read her like foolproof way to make short crust pastry. I'm just getting into the bit talking about foods and seasons, but her writing's lovely, and I'm very much enjoying this. So yeah, exciting. I really don't cook many Nigella things. David's mum is very fond of her and has like all of her cookbooks, but I've never really cooked much of her, but this I'm very much enjoying. And then the last, as I said, they're all non-fiction. I've just started This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. This was one of the books that David picked for me in my August TBR. I've been meaning to read this for a really long time. This is Adam Kay's account of him being a junior doctor, and his training and his placements in hospitals. What I didn't realise is that it was set well, I say so long ago, it's not that long ago. Well, it is. 2004 is 14 years ago, guys. So it starts when he becomes an SHO in 2004, and it's an account of his life training to be a doctor. Now, I work for the NHS, so as well as I think this will be very interesting and also quite funny already. Like I'm only on page 4. There is an introduction, but already I'm finding it quite funny. What I also like is that he's named, I haven't got that far yet, but he says some of the, in order to cover patient confidentiality, he's named quite a few of the characters after quite a few of the people, renamed them as minor Harry Potter characters. So I'm looking forward to getting to that. But yeah, I just feel like this is going to be very enjoyable, and I've been meaning to get to it for such a while. What I really feel intrigued and excited by is that it's got 2 quotes here on the front, both from men who are in the show business in the UK, both whom I'm very fond of, Stephen Fry and Jonathan Ross. Stephen Fry says painfully funny. Jonathan Ross is heartbreaking. So I feel excited to find out how a book can be painfully funny and heartbreaking. So yeah, looking forward to getting more into that. And then the last one is one that I've just this second hauled, and I just picked up because I just wanted to start flicking through it. And this is much more of a, it's not a sort of sit there and read it all, it's like one of these. It is Still Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. This is a book that I saw on Lena's channel. Lena Norms, she was talking about self-help books, and this was a book that she said very much helped her in terms of content and being creative and things like that. And I just felt like, as she was talking about it, I was like, that seems like something I'd be very interested in. And the main message behind this is that no idea is original. And actually, as I open the book, it says here nothing is original, as if to really get that message home. So yeah, this is just about sort of where to get your inspiration from, and how to take inspiration and just, yeah, about originality and ideas and being creative and things like that. So I felt like that's something that I'd be very interested in. So those are the books that I'm currently reading. 6 books, which is 1, 2, 3, yeah, I keep miscounting, but there are 6, which is a lot for me, but a lot of very different books as well, which I sometimes find a bit more easy to read. If I've got a number of books on the go, if I've got like lots of fiction books on the go, for instance, it's not always hard to keep track with all the stories, but as they're sort of like different, I've got poetry, I've got non-fiction, I've got fiction, and a lot of the non-fiction is very different. I feel like they're going to be quite easy to keep track of. I'm gonna stop babbling now because it's just running away with me. I hope you're all having a lovely Sunday, and I will see you all again soon for another BookTube video. Goodbye!